everyone, Kat here, your favorite ginger bibliophile. I hope y'all doing really well. And I hope you're in the mood for a really random tag where I'm just gonna have some fun with this. There were several prompts where, oh, I can do that author again, or I could do this series again. Ooh, this book fits for some, or just a completely smart alecky on the nose, which would totally fit the shirt. Sarcasm may occur periodically, but no, I decided to not do that because the whole point of tags is basically you're getting to know everybody. So I'm gonna go, all right, this is, my taste. So we've got books from some of my favorite authors, some of my favorite genres, and it is the chess tag where I was very kindly tagged by reading ideas. And he does some really awesome tags. He's even created one that he tagged me in that I will get to eventually. I surprisingly, I have a lot of extra unexpected time on my hands because work has been slow, and I've got a hair. Long hair and animals, yeah, it likes to get everywhere. But also the stress and the weather give me sinuses. I haven't been doing as much filming. I'm ahead of where I had planned to be, so I can, take a week off and still give y'all some videos, but that's why there has been bonus Friday content for the last bit. But I still have not got to all of the videos that I wanted to do, or even gotten around to everything. Like, I was gonna paint my nails this morning, but yeah, if I did that by the time they dried, I would not be able to record this video before the boyfriend got home. And since I'm in the living room, I try to do it when he's gone, so I'm not interrupting him when he's trying to play video games or whatever, and wind down his kind of way, because it takes forever. I did some planting and whatnot. And this tag was created by Aaron Read a Book, so I have to go check out that channel. But let's get into it. This is the chess tag, which is very weird for me because I am not a chess player at all. And hopefully this is recording well because it's showing a massive lag while I'm recording this, which I don't even know how the heck that's possible, but I feel like a really bad, dub video of, yep, lips move. Okay, now here's the sound. So I apologize if that's what you're seeing. I promise I'm not lip syncing. So the prompts first is Pawn, a book about a lowly character that rises through the ranks. And I couldn't not have my favorite author. He is one that y'all either love or hate. He's got a very weird sense of humor. I love him, obviously. It is Christopher Moore and Fool, which is the first in his Shakespeare so far trilogy. And this is basically Macbeth and King Lear. So the character that goes from nothing to something is Fool, who starts off as, the court jester, or, haha, fool, and ends up, essentially king. So if you're a fan of Shakespeare, you know this story, but you don't know it, because it's told by Christopher Moore from the jester's point of view, and once again, we have warning of, there's gonna be lots of shagging and some language. Fucking French. Yeah, he really does not like the French in this book, which is hilarious. And excuse me, I feel like I've got a feather in my throat. That is really obnoxious. So, yeah, this series could have fit for quite a few different things. I'm looking at least, two different ones that I totally could have gone with this. Or at least something in the series, because he also has Serpent of Venice and Shakespeare for Squirrels. And if you love his sense of humor, very weird, a little raunchy, a little immature. Yep. Surprisingly, even my mom actually enjoyed this one, except for, certain bits. But, yep, somebody shags a ghost in this one. And then the second one is Rook, a book that features a castle, a tower, or a chariot. And I loved his take on this of, hey, castles can also kind of be prisons. And a book I recently read, I finished off the Gilded Duology by Marissa Meyer. And if y'all have not read her books, y'all are missing out. Get on it. And it totally works with his take of castles aren't always nice, but I'm gonna go with my childhood favorite, a classic, if you will, Harry Potter. I mean, it is mostly taking place in Hogwarts, which is a totally awesome castle that I wish was real and I could visit. Cause, oh my gosh! So, I mean, this is my least favorite book in the series, but it was the easiest one to grab out of the, crushed together shelf, so we're gonna go with the whole series. Not specifically this book, but Harry Potter in general. Yes, we have a castle. And I mean, I don't think I really need to explain this one. You either know or you willfully don't at this point. It's only been like 20 years since even the movies came out. So there's that. And hold over one sec. No. Ah, getting a text of, hey, you want me to pick up anything on the way home? And this thing will act up and be a butthead if I try to stop and restart. The editing is not always polite. So, yep. So we got that. And then, oh, I had fun with this next one. It's just smart alecky. So the next prompt is Night, a book about an animal or animals. Bonus if it's a horse. Well, it's not really about animals or a horse, but it's The Hobbit by Tolkien. And we got a dragon. I mean, they ride horses and stuff too, but so it's in there, but the end does, the whole thing is we have to get past this dragon. So it's kind of about him, and a dragon is a type of animal, mythological, but still. So, how could I not fit in Tolkien somehow? Like, y'all know, if y'all been following me for a while, y'all know I love me some Lord of the Rings. Some of his other stuff I struggle with, but I read this as a child. Lord of the Rings, I had to watch the movies a whole bunch of times because I struggle with those books. Fellowship was slow. And Two Towers, I just had trouble, like, I couldn't visualize it, so I kept getting confused. Like, they were there. What? Okay, now that I've seen the movies 1,000 times each, yep, I can picture this in my head and go, why did they leave that part out? That was freaking hilarious. That would have been badass to see on screen. But yeah, I mean, we got Smaug in here. He's going down, even if it is Benedict Cumberbatch, which is hilarious that he's done multiple movies with Watson, and yet they never make any Tolkien references, which is, come on, man, y'all are losing it. Y'all, so many opportunities, especially in, you're gonna be in this and in Sherlock and Marvel, and they never made any, references to Sherlock or Smaug. But yeah, that totally friggin' fits, and I love that I was able to sneak that one in. And the next one, Bishop, a book that features religious characters or members of a church. Bonus points for Bishop. Again, I could have gone Christopher Moore. I mean, he does have Lamb, which is the gospel according to Christ's childhood friend Biff. So you either get the underlying message or, oh my god, this is blasphemy. Matthew finally actually read that book and, wasn't as big a fan as I am. But, he has kind of good taste. I mean, he does love a good Rollins novel, that genre, but he just didn't get the humor. Or he's more mature than I am. It's probably that one. But instead, I had to find another one, which is kind of in the genre that, him and I both enjoy. The Prophecy by Chris Kuzneski. He is one of my, Sigma Force fill-ins, because now I'm going to have to wait till August. I've already read the whole James Rowling series. And then the next one is, I forget exactly when, but it's Archangel. So hey, there might be some religious stuff in there. But this is basically like deadly monks and the church being up to some shenanigans, as usual. So we're not gonna go into that. But again, yeah, y'all know. But we're all globe trotting and some people got to die. And then the bad people got to get what's coming to them. And there's freaking monks. So, yeah, this definitely fits, the whole religious thing. And it gets in my action packed, art thrillers and a little bit of like historical mystery. So, again, one of my favorite genres. And Queen, a book with a strong female character. This is one where I really could have been like I had so many freaking options, or I could have been completely on the nose, as I just recently found a series that is called it's the Chess Team series, and they all have call signs that are, yeah, chess player names. One of which being Queen. Obviously, she's the only chick on the scene, and she's definitely you do not mess with her. So I could have gone that way, but we already have an action-packed novel. But we don't have any urban fantasy from one of my favorite urban fantasy authors, Kim Harrison. This is not the first one in the series. This is, I think, the 8th one, but this is part of the Hollows series. And I freaking love this one. It's basically, it takes place in Cincinnati for the most part. That's their home base. And we have a witch, a vampire, and a pixie. Sounds like the start of a really bad joke, doesn't it? But they don't walk into a bar. They move into a church. Because Rachel has been, she's our redheaded witch. And she's been screwed over by her boss that runs the magical side of the FBI, basically. Because she is essentially like a witchy bounty hunter. And then there's Ivy, who is a living vampire, meaning in this world, vampires can get it on and have babies. And her mama, had her. So they get the vampire virus in utero, but until they have their like first death and come back as full-fledged vampire, they can walk in the sunlight and go in churches and whatever. And she has a really strained you piss me off, mama relationship. So undead mommy cannot set foot in the church. So haha, she bought a church. And that's where they live now. It is, of course, it's no longer a church, but it used to be. They used to have, religious ceremonies and have the graveyard in the backyard, which is perfect for growing herbs for Rachel's potions. And the pixie is just, he is raunchy and rude, and I freaking love it. And he really hates Tinkerbell, so that's all of his cusses. Except for one book where they take him to Disneyland and he has a crush on her. But, yep, there we have some romance. We got a lot of fights going on. We have a lot of growth of they are all freaking immature idiots, especially Rachel at the start of the series. Book 17 is coming out now. It stopped at 13 and then it came back. So the epilogue on that one is a major spoiler, but I love me my feisty witch, my feisty vampire, and the sassy as all get out pixie. So yeah, there's a lot of strong females in here that screw you, I will fight my own battles. I mean, essentially at some point, she basically takes over and goes like, yep, y'all want to ban me for being this and that and the other, but I'm gonna rule all of y'all. You mess with my friends, you going down. So, yep, I love that one. And then we have King, a book about a monarch or a ruler. And again, I could have gone with, some Christopher Moore, because, hey, Shakespeare, there's monarchs in there. But instead, I love me some fairy tales. So it might be called King, but they didn't say it had to be a king. Heartless by Marissa Meyer, where this is the origin story for the Queen of Hearts. She is the queen. That's a monarch. And this is, I freaking love it. Like, y'all have been sleeping on her. She is so good, but I do not see enough people talking about her. And if they do, they only talk about this book. And I need her to do more origin stories. There is a Lunar Chronicles where, we get, it's a 4-book series with the little, some side novels. And we get Cinderella, Red Riding Hood, Rapunzel, and Snow White. And we do get a bit of, like, Snow White's evil stepmom. We do kind of get her origin story throughout it, and she does get her side novel of Fairest, which is her tale that's mixed in explicitly into Lunar Chronicles. So I could have done that one, but I want her to do more. She also does a things that the Gilded duology, but maybe if we all say it enough times, she will listen, and we'll get like some Ursula, some more like Beast, something. I could. I'll take them all. Give me all the villain origin stories. I love them. But yes, I had to fit in my fairy tales. I got my evil queen that starts off all innocent and sweet, and then she's heartless. Allison has to go down. So, yes. But, yep, that is everything. And then the last one is En Passant, which I probably messed that one all kinds of up. Because it's probably Christopher Moore's favorite language, which I haven't taken since I was like 12. We ain't gonna say how long ago that was. So tag some people. Well, because I already called him out and it'd be really fun to see it, I'm gonna go with Matthew, the man with the hat who reads. Yeah, Roy or Randy over I'm getting tongue tied and thinking too many different ones at the same time. The over at the Literate Texan, I think he would have some fun with this one. Yeah, I could see Michael K. Vaughn having a really good time being just out there with his reading on this one. And he just has such a fun personality. Like, you just have to watch him. It's a good time. And it'd be kind of fun to see Ven and Noah both do this one over at Bookworm and Ven's, book corner. So I haven't seen them do that many tags, but those two are such a fun time. If you are not checking out their channels, especially the Readings Friends, where they get into it together and just their comments and banter are freaking hilarious. They do very detailed book reviews, but then you just get them just chatting, and it's just freaking hilarious. So y'all need to go check them out, and I will see y'all soon. Bye. Happy reading.